I reduced my payroll by 75% without sacrificing performance, quality, and growth. And I'm gonna show you the exact shift that made it happen. I've hired over 2,000 remote team members across 40 different countries and built a multi-seven-figure company that's lean and global and helped over 700 founders do the same. This is what's actually working in 2025. So if you wanna scale without burning your cash on a bloated team and have a bunch of mediocre hires, this video is for you. Let's get into it. Most business owners think high payroll equals high performance. But the truth is, they're paying for proximity, not productivity. They hire locally, they overpay, and they're building a bloated team full of B players that do the bare minimum on a regular basis. Here's the brutal truth. Most founders are emotionally attached to their payroll. They confuse loyalty with results, and they're paying people between $60,000 to $100,000 per year for work that can be done better, faster, and more consistently at a fraction of that cost. So before I could reduce payroll, I had to let go of the mindset more expensive means better and faster results, because it doesn't. The most valuable hires I've made don't come from Ivy League schools, never lived in the United States of America, and hell, some of them didn't even graduate college. They came to me with real working experience, high business intellect, being very coachable, having hunger, and most importantly, aligning with the culture and mission of my company. And a lot of these individuals happen to live here in Latin America. Many of them are in Egypt and even in the Philippines. But you're probably wondering, how do I even find these people? How do I hire them? And how do I make sure that they get results? These are great questions, and we're gonna cover them very shortly. Here's the first shift that changed everything for me. I stopped hiring based on location. I started hiring based on talent. So many people prefer specific locations to hire from. For example, maybe they live or they travel to Colombia, so they prefer to have a Colombian team. But the reality is, you can find someone as good, if not better, in a close-by country, for example, Ecuador, Peru, or even Argentina. And I always ask the business owners that work with us, do you prefer talent or location? And while everyone usually says location, in their heart and soul, they consistently choose location due to convenience over the actual talent that the person possesses. When I'm hiring, instead of asking who's near me, I'm asking who is the best fit for this position? Who has the exact experience I'm looking for? Who is going to be a culture fit and is gonna go above and beyond for the company and is gonna treat this company like it's his own? So what many of our partners did is they started replacing their American media buyers, American sales reps, and many other positions that they were hiring locally with offshore A-player talent. And guys, this is very important. I don't mean that you need to replace someone that's working for you, that's generating amazing results. I'm talking about the person that's mediocre that you're currently overpaying for. I'm talking about the person that you hired because they're local to your office or they're working around your city. If you can find a way to replace these people with someone as good, if not better, and save money on them, why would you not do this? Because I know it sounds crazy, but this is what the S&P 500 companies have now been doing for years, literally for years. And the question is, if multi-billion and trillion-dollar enterprises are doing this, why is a startup company not even getting themselves into that? And that is why I'm making this video, is for you to understand how simple it is to actually do this process, so that way you can, one, get as good, if not better results than you're currently getting, two, reduce your payroll, and three, have a global team that can work at different time zones, and then potentially you can have a company that operates on a 24-hour basis because you have people all over the world. Now I'm thinking big picture here, you might not be ready for this, but if you are and you wanna hire A players that can come into your business from day one and make a difference in your company, this is exactly what we do at RemoteLatinos. We are finding the best talented people here in Latin America, whether they're in Colombia, Venezuela, or Mexico, and any other country around here. We pre-vet them, and we present the top options to you, so that way you can hop on interviews and hire as soon as possible. Some of our clients, like Eric, has hired over 30 people from us. Majority of them actually have come from Latin America. America, even though we do hire from all over the world. So if that's you, head over to RemoteLatinos.com and schedule a call with our team so we can find out how we can help you. Hiring global talent only works if you build the right system around it. Here are a few things that made huge differences for me and my business. Number one is a clear job scoreboard. Every single role has outcomes, KPIs, and an overall success trajectory. What does that look like? What does the first 30, 60, 90 days look like for this position? What are the exact KPIs and metrics that are going to be measured for this position? How can this person level up, not just in their skill, but also how can you as the company invest more into them once they've earned it? What does it mean for them to quote unquote earn it, right? Is it more sales? Is it better video quality? Is it longer client retention? Whatever that case may be, you must have that clearly outlined on your job scorecard. Number two, consistent communication. So we use Slack for communication with our team. We also have a WhatsApp chat that's a little bit more for the personal side, but we use Slack 99% of the time. And we set a very strict guideline when it comes to communication. Whenever someone is not on a call and it's during work hours and someone messages them from the team, whether it's an executive or a leader or another colleague, they have 15 minutes to respond every single time. Obviously, if it's the weekend or it's late night, we don't expect that, but we make that very, very crystal clear. And this is exactly what we cover on the onboardings. And we have two parts for the onboardings, one for the role and one for the business. And we cover the communication for about 10, 15 minutes and we harp on it. Outside of that, we obviously go over this during the interviews and we make it crystal clear how important consistent communication internally is, because if we cannot communicate as a team, how can we help other people? Number three, ownership culture. When one of our team members is given a task, it's not about them just completing the task, it's about them owning the task. Thinking outside the box of how to complete it and make it better. Is there a way to automate certain things on this task? Are there subtasks within this task? We live and die by this expression, which is ownership over everything. We want people to hold themselves accountable, but also own the role, own the tasks that they're given, and ultimately own the entire position that they have and help the department that they're in level up. And number four, I covered this briefly, is tight onboarding. We have a two-part onboarding. One is for a general introduction to the business, and the next one is the role onboarding, which is where we review the job scorecards, the KPIs, the timeline succession, and everything else that they need. We spend between an hour and a half to 2 hours on these onboardings to make sure that after this person gets onboarded, they are crystal clear about what this company is about and what this role is about for the short term and for the long term. We spend a lot of time doing this, and ever since we started doing this, our retention internally has skyrocketed. We actually have not had anybody quit in over a year now, which is pretty amazing. You don't just hire remote, you build remote systems. This is what lets you reduce payroll without losing momentum. Most people see hiring as an expense, but when you do it right, it becomes your biggest growth lever. Think about it. Nothing great was ever built alone. Sure, something started with a singular idea, but if you look at the greatest companies to ever exist on planet Earth, all of them, every single one of them had team members. Whether they were in person for centuries to now, over the last 5 to 10 years, many of these businesses that are worth billions, if not trillions of dollars, are going remote. And there's a reason for that, because remote is the future, and the future is now. And you have a chance to either partake in the future or watch your competitors do this on a regular basis. And what's interesting to me, guys, is a lot of our old school businesses, for example, real estate investors, cleaners, and even medical offices, they're starting to hire virtual assistants because they not only see the value in hiring someone remote and saving on payroll, but they understand that these people are incredibly talented. They will get the job done as good, if not better. And most importantly, you get to partake in the future. You get to help someone out in a different world, and you get to actually scale your business the way a lot of these enterprise companies have already been doing. So here's the thing, guys. Here's what happens when you reduce payroll. 1, you buy back your margin. 2, you move faster. 3, you can reinvest into better marketing, new masterminds, team gatherings, and many other things that the business was not able to afford before. 4, you sleep better because you know you're not carrying all that dead weight. And 5, most importantly, you build a team that scales with you and not against you. And I'm telling you guys this because I was one of the people that messed up on this last year. Our payroll was through the roof. We were not nearly as profitable, and genuinely we suffered. And I made a video about this, how I had to fire 10 people in a month because it just didn't make sense to keep them. And it was the hardest 2 days of my entire life, by far. having to let go of people that I've built relationships with that have been here for a long time. So I can promise you this, you're only making it harder for yourself if you're keeping a lot of dead weight. You're holding your company and yourself back. And really, you're hurting the other people because you're capping their potential here, because truly for them to make more money, the company needs to make more money. But if you're capped and you're consistently hitting against your margins, you're only hurting them. So there's really no winning when it comes to carrying dead weight, lowering your margins, and having a bloated payroll. So if you want to reduce your payroll, hire A players that can come into your business and make a difference from day one, whether they're appointment setters, salespeople, creators, video editors, graphic designers, you name it, we most likely place it. We've done this for over 700 different businesses, and I'm sure we can help yours. So the next step, if you want to find out how to hire these A players and how you can actually grow much more profitably, head over to RemoteLatinos.com and let us help you find your next remote talent. And thank you so much for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.